staying on topic with conversation, make you think, hey, please don't be scared. Making it fuss, they jokes, partner, please lighten up. The comedy's about making life funny, bruh. And if you're ready for the show now, follow me backstage, cause it's about to go down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yours truly, the voice, Mr. Sadwell Fair, the DL Marshall. Welcome backstage, man. And hey, look, we have a guest. We didn't even wait. We put him right up here, Mr. Terry Rogers. He is a soul-stirring crooner. Man, y'all go out, get his new CD, Confessions of a Church Boy. Go to YouTube and any other platform. Catch his new hot video, new single, That Woman. Man, he is born and reared in Blytheville, Arkansas. You may have seen him singing with his brothers Tim, but he said he's cutting his own teeth, making his own path in the beautiful city of St. Louis, Missouri. That's just a stone throw down I-70 headed eastward from where I am in the beautiful city of Kansas City, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, go ahead, throw those hearts up, put those hands together for none other than Terry Rogers. Yes, sir.
Yo,
bro.
what's up? Where are y'all doing out there, Kansas City, and everybody else? How y'all doing? Wherever y'all watching it, you feel me?
Right on, man. Hey, look, we understand you from the church. We understand that those of us that were born in the church, raised in the church, we also had a life that we lived. We also had some experiences that wasn't always godly. And you have decided to say, okay, I've done my time singing this church music. And like I said before, a lot of times, if the church audience would support a lot of the artistry in the church, we wouldn't have to go abroad. But you have decided to say, you know what? God is love. Jesus is love. And I'm going to sing some love songs. I'm going to keep it clean. I'm going to keep it good. I'm going to keep it romantic. And I'm going to keep it sexy. And let me tell you, as a married guy, I appreciate that when me and my wife get ready to fellowship, we can turn on that woman.
He said fellowship.
Yes, sir. We can turn on some Terry Rogers, man, and it won't be interrupted. It won't be awkward. But brother, let me ask you this. What was some of the fear of going from church music, gospel music, and then singing this brand of soul music?
Well, the fear, coming up, my grandmother, she preached to us, a good name is better than silver and gold.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, I knew what me and the fellas was trying to accomplish out here in the world. So, some things I would try to, not make so public, like, because,
Yes, sir.
church people are so judgmental, you know what I mean? So, they act like, they forgot how they got here, you feel me?
Amen.
So, you know what I mean? But they be judgmental, so I try not to, post, and put out the wrong thing or the wrong message.
Definitely.
If anything come bad to the name, it would never be from me on my end. That's how I looked at it. But as I grew and, I understand, who God is, and, like you said, God is love. So, like you said, you're a married couple. I mean, you don't want, you love God, but you don't want to listen to Amazing Grace when it's time to fellowship with your wife.
At all.
You need some love music. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm here for, and that's the lane that I tapped into. I wanted to bring, like I said, love back to the radio. Because I feel like love has been lost when it comes down to the airwaves. But I feel like, crossing over from that, it was a challenge. But, like I said, as I grew in my understanding, it became easier. And, you see the same people at your same show.
Hey, what you just said, Terry, Aretha Franklin said that. Somebody asked Aretha Franklin in an old vintage interview, Aretha, how does it make you feel, your dad being C.L. Franklin, you coming out of the church and singing secular music? She said, well, it's the same people that was at my church shows, that's at my secular show, they just spending a little more money to come see me. So yeah, you definitely right about that.
Right, and they can be a little more merrier at those other kind of concerts too.
True, true. Enjoy yourself, express yourself, be honest with yourself. You know, it's funny that you said that because, like I had made mention when we were talking before, is that a lot of times we want everybody to come to Christ, but we don't want to give them that space for redemption. We don't want to give them that space to grow. Like you said, we forget sometimes that we were wretch undone. We came in with the vibe of our era. You know what I mean? They said the Clark sisters, who now the gospel music looks at it royalty, but they said they were blasphemers for using Master Blaster and You Brought the Sunshine. A lot of them said the Winans was bringing in a devil flavor because of some of the contemporary beats and drums and stuff that they was using. So, you know, it's six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. As long as that walk is lining up with the way God said, you might got through singing these last $2 at your last show, and you walking way better according to the gospel of Jesus Christ than somebody that just got through singing Jesus on the main line. So y'all stop.
Come on now. You preaching to me. Yes, sir.
Now you got down to St. Louis, Terry. You said, okay, I'm gonna break away, not shun, but I'm gonna break away. I'm gonna launch. I'm gonna start doing some of my own things. You started singing some cover tunes. People down in St. Louis say, hey man, that boy can sing a little bit. So then, what was the first time you said, you know what, I'm gonna go on here and I'm just gonna rely on Terry's music in a show?
Well, I haven't just completely, you know, stepped away from the covers. I still, like I said, usher in, you know, the covers to kind of get the, you know, familiarity with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, but my first time I actually wanted to do my own music in a show was man, I was searching for music. My actual song, That Woman, I didn't write it.
Okay.
The writer of the song, I heard the song, and man, it was like somebody had took what I would probably say to a woman and pinned it.
Wrote it down.
And so, you know, once I heard it, I'm like, man, I gotta have this, like, you know. And so, you know, we went back and forth about it, and we, you know, finally, you know, worked out the numbers, and we made it happen, man. And that was the first single that I ever did. And so, you know, even after I did it, you know, releasing it, it was like, okay, I got my own song out, but you know, it still be that fear of singing your own music, you know. So,
Right.
Man, one day, you know, somebody was like, "Sing your song." And so, what I was gonna tell them, no.
Right. What'd you say? Wrote a song about it, like here it go.
so we gave it to the people, and man, hey, it worked out, man. You know, it's St. Louis is a real tough crowd, man. I can say St. Louis. You know, I thank St. Louis because when I first started, you know, it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
It wasn't always claps.
Right.
You know, it was times I get through singing and you wouldn't hear nobody clapping.
You'd be like, man, why did I come here tonight?
But I mean, you know, hey, it happens to the best. It happens
Yes,
to
sir.
the best of us. So, you know, and it only humbles you and reminds you, you know, I mean, never, you know, think you hear this after I was doing the Tim Rogers stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, this after I done did some of the other stuff, Tamla Man stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, you still get people that, you know, you sing this stuff and it just dead silence. But it's okay. You have to keep going, man.
You got to keep pushing. I tell anybody, man, if you've never bombed, and I don't care if it was a sting bomb, smoke bomb, or a nuclear bomb, if you've never bombed, the only place you've performed is in your restroom. That's it.
That's right. No,
but if you've ever performed out in public, you done bombed before.
Man, yes, sir. Oh man, most definitely. And man, you know, it only just taught me, and it made me want to just, you know, be a better person. It only wanted to make me be a better entertainer. It just made me want to be better all the way around, man. And so I think, like I said, I thank St. Louis for, you know, everything that they've done, and sometimes people need a real response. Listen, if you out there and your family is the only person that's telling you can sing, hey, go get a real response, man.
Right?
Real talk.
Because all that's gonna do is set you up to get them feelings hurt.
Come on, man. Family gonna always ride with you, but hey, go get a real response. Somebody that don't know you from Adam. Let them tell you, hey.
And
No,
then where
what
they
the,
tell you to punch up at, don't call them no haters. Just thank them.
yeah.
Thank them.
Yes, sir. You got
Thank
to,
them.
for sure.
Want to say big ups to April Ridley Cut, the Dr. April Ridley Cuts,
Dr.
and HL
April.
Yeah, and JDK Media Group, man, for setting up this interview, man. I appreciate you, April, man. Awesome sister building an awesome conglomerate. This company of entertainment that she's building, man, is second to none. So thank you, April. Shout out to you. We salute you. Right now, we have Terry Rogers, who is just now releasing Confessions of a Church Boy with his new video and single, That Woman. Take us through the process of curating and creating that new project, Confessions of a Church Boy, Terry.
Like I said, man, when I started to grab my own music, I was searching for songs, Even though I can write, it's good to, always, go check out and, listen for others. I mean, don't be afraid to ask for help. So,
That's right. That's right.
and that's what I did. I was searching for songs, and That Woman was the first one I grabbed, and it turned out to be a huge success. It landed me, in the Southern Soul market, and even in some of the R&B, stations. It landed me in a nice spot, with people knowing who I was. So they wanted more. So as far as creating the rest of the album, I had to go find some songs that was either, top tier to what I just dropped, or
Yeah.
either, I couldn't come less than that. So with that being said, we gathered the songs. We even wrote it. I wrote on the album as well.
Cool.
And we made it happen, man. And man, I feel like this project right here is gonna be a project that I'm chasing. As far as like when I do my next project,
That's
I'm
good.
gonna have to chase this project because I felt like this was a good project for me.
Definitely. Where can they pick that up at?
They can pick it up at iTunes. They can pick it up at Amazon, Google Play, Tidal, any all digital platforms. Anywhere that they got music, man. It's even on YouTube for free. I tell
Wow.
people that, and people tell me not to say that, but I tell people that because I honestly, my heart is, I really want you to hear me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to support me, hey, it's everywhere else as well. But if you can't afford it and you just want to listen to Terry Rogers, hey, it's free on YouTube.
There you go.
All you got to do is just type it in.
And then once you get to a place where you can afford it, go to them other platforms and support him as well.
most
Because
most definitely.
support is more than just a heart or a thumbs up on social media. Support, it's sometimes jingle in your pocket and sometimes it folds out your wallet. But
That's
we need
it.
that kind of support as artists as well,
Hey,
man.
exactly, man.
You
Most
got it
definitely, man.
backstage. Terry Rogers is joining your man, the DL Marshall, and we are DL's Backstage Pass Conversations, which we give you the hottest music interviews, talks, and topics this side of heaven, all the fun you can handle. And man, we were talking, and I was letting you know that, man, I appreciate you bringing back love to music. As you were saying, so much music out there is saying, you don't need him. I'll leave you in a minute. I don't care nothing about you. That ain't love, man. I don't care if it's a slow beat. I don't care if you can two-step or slow drag. That ain't love music. Love music is like LTD, the OJs, Johnny
Come
Gill,
on,
New
come
Edition,
on.
Terry
Talk about
Rogers, the Hamiltons. You see what I'm saying? Nino the Gentleman, and all those guys, Calvin Richardson. We got so many. King George is making a mark, but Terry Rogers has a new single, new video, That Woman. And like I was telling you, Terry, I saw the message in saying, I used to be here, but can't nothing get you out the streets. Like, first of all, God and the church and a good woman. And I heard when you said, man, I met this girl at church and she done got me ready to change my life. And when you can do that, you done found the one, man. So take us, before we show this video, take us through the concept of creating it.
Man, I was in Chicago shooting That Woman, man. I actually shot this video at my dad's house.
Oh, cool.
Shout out him, man. Shout out Pops, man.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Man, I really didn't have a concept, man. It was my first video. I didn't know what I was doing. It was one of my buddies. He's a videographer out of ATL.
Yes,
he does what he's doing. So, I called him up because I know that's what he do. He specialized and went to school for it. So I flew him to Chicago, and I just said, man, I just need you to shoot. And we shot so many scenes, man, and we put it all together, and this is what you get right here, man. Terry Rogers, That Woman in Chicago.
All right, and that's what we about to do, Terry. We're going to get into that new video. Terry Rogers, That Woman. You guys, you let us know how you feeling it, and it's a vibe, and we'll be back after this.
Man, what's going on?
What's good, man?
How you doing?
How you doing? You got something for me? Okay.
I already know.
Okay. I like treats, man. That's what's up, man. Got something for you, though, man. Let me open it for you. Run it back for you, man. It's a celebration, man. You did good.
Respect,
What's good with you, though, man? You seem a little off.
Well, it's been others, man, Church, I found this woman, that she made me change my whole get up about life, you did. I know how we get down, and I know the money coming in, but, she made me rethink, like, how I want to live and how I'm moving, man. So, like, thinking about giving up the game, you know what I mean?
Giving up the game? Bro, what you mean giving up the game? See what you just brought me, bro? The game.
Yeah, I just feel like it's man about the money, man. It's about how she make me feel.
Bro, is she making you this much money, man? You driving a Maybach, bro. Look at your clothes, your bank account. I help you do that. You gonna leave me for her?
It ain't about all that. Man, let me just take a second.
Tell me what you doing, bro.
Check me out.
Never lets a day go by. She don't give me on the cheek, and she tell me she love me, and I'm a real good man. Even when I'm coming up short, she let me know she understand. She never said the negative word to a friend when I'm not around. Even when I'm feeling low, she's always there to hold me down. And when I get home in the evening, she'll feed me full to eat. Man, that woman, she can put it down, put me right to sleep. All night long, yes, I love that woman. Yes, I love that woman. Oh, yes, I love that woman. All that I need, yes, I love. Let me tell you about my woman. She look good on me. Every time that she's on my own, even a blind man can see. My lady is one of a kind. Her spirit is so divine. I've never been a shallow man, but my lady's fine. She never ever
Hey, what's happening, man? Yours truly, Mr. Sad Warfare, is everywhere. As you can see, it's a dang DL moment, but we want to let you know right now that while you in between catching flights, go to our friends over at Low Cost Airline, 1-800-507-3777, and you can go everywhere like Mr. Sad Warfare. Tell them DL sent you. Once again, tell them you heard it backstage. Low Cost Airlines, 1-800-507-3777. Hey, look here, I'm about to go catch this flight because you know how they get when they shut that door. They don't want to let you in the aircraft. But again, you want to take a flight, you want to be everywhere like Sad Warfare, tell them DL sent you. Call over Low Cost Airlines, 1-800-507-3777. Yeah, all right, man, I'm on my way.
All right, welcome back. Yours truly, the voice, Mr. Sad Warfare, the DL Marshall, with our special guest today, Terry Rogers. Y'all just saw that video, that woman, man, and I'm telling you, y'all got some good shots. First of all, Pops' crib is fly.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Hey, I would have been scared drinking champagne near that white rug. I was just like, man, please don't let him spill nothing. That video gonna go a whole nother way. He spilled something on that white rug.
Man, nah, Pops got a dope crib, man. Shout out Pops, man.
Yes, sir. Now, how long did it take for you guys to shoot that?
Man, we did that in like one day, man.
Wow.
We did it in one day. We started out like probably like the afternoon, and then we rode around Chicago and got different kind of shots as far as like the city look and you know all that. But most of the setting was mostly at his house, like the patio setting. Then you had kind of like the upstairs setting, a couple more other areas in the house. But we utilized as much of the house as we could.
Definitely. And it came out a nice project, man. I like that. Y'all make sure y'all go and pick that up on any digital media streaming platform and support Terry Rogers, his new CD, Confessions of a Church Boy, and that new single and video, That Woman. Hey, man, that's a nice vibe. I told you that's a vibe. I was sitting over here and I was moving my feet. We got a thing up in Kansas City we call the Kansas City two-step. I know Chicago has they step, but I was moving my feet to that. I said, yeah, I think I might be able to two-step to that one. So, yeah, we definitely add that to the rotation, brother. Hey, so tell us this, man. Now, you've covered quite a bit of the world and the country, state to state with your brother, with your brothers singing. But tell us the most dynamic difference singing now, Southern Soul opposed to quartet.
The difference?
Yeah.
The message.
Okay.
That's the only difference.
Yeah.
When you're talking about quartet and Southern Soul, same thing pretty much. It's just the message pretty much to me. You singing different lyrics, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But I feel like, man, that's why I'm in it, because it's pretty much the same thing. It ain't like you strayed too far away. It's like you went next door, you know what I mean?
Hey.
Versus across town, you just went next door.
Now the comedian in me, Terry, was like, okay, it's pretty much the same. You got to get a venue. You're selling tickets. You still got groupies. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say.
You know, I'm a firm believer in any genre that there is, that you're gonna find those.
Hey, definitely. It's what
and
makes.
I'll just say it like that. You know, you would think, because you saying, you know, glory be to God, that you know somebody wasn't trying to sexualize you. You know what I mean? But
they still up there talking about, and he loved God. Oh.
The The truth, man. You telling the truth, man.
Yeah, I can hear him now. Brother Rogers, can we pray for a moment?
No, sister. No, sister, not at all.
Oh man. So tell us, what are some concert dates that you got coming up?
Man, concert dates that are coming up for Terry Rogers. I have July 22nd. I'll be here in St. Louis at a spot called House of Soul this Saturday. Also, every Friday, except the first, every first Friday, I'm at a spot called Jazzy's 159 over there in Fairview Heights, Illinois.
Okay.
And then also, every Friday, other than First Friday, I'm at a spot in East St. Louis, Illinois. It's called Local Legends.
Local Legends.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also I have a all-white party coming up on July the 30th in Fairview Heights, Illinois. We're gonna show it's the birthday party for the owner of Jazz's 159. Should be real big. Me and I don't know if you heard of the band, the PC Band.
Yeah, I play the PC band on the show. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, it's
Yes,
gonna
sir.
be me and them, man. Them the hometown homeboys. So most definitely, man, we're gonna try to party big, man. That's what my July looks like. But as well, I know you said something earlier, about putting aside the gospel thing. I ain't gonna put it aside.
Mhm.
I'm doing both. You know what I mean?
Right.
The dates I can make still with Tim, I'm gonna make with Tim and the fellas. But as far as my own thing, most definitely this is, my main focus as far as this
Definitely.
is where my head is at. But most definitely I ain't leaving God though, you know what I mean? For
No,
sure.
not at all.
For
Definitely.
sure.
Definitely. And you know what? Don't tell nobody, because you know how them church folk are. Don't be surprised if you see me at one of them events down in St. Louis, because it's just a few hours away. But don't
Man,
y'all tell nobody.
man, you gotta make it happen. Also, I'm connected to the late Johnny Taylor's son, TJ
JT.
Taylor.
Yeah. TJ.
TJ, he's out there in
In KC.
KC, and man, we was working on some stuff down there, man, to actually make that happen. So, man, we still that's still in the works, bro. So, man, most definitely, if we make it happen, I'm gonna most definitely tap in with you. That way, we can get the flyer and everything ran
Yeah,
on your social media sites, and
definitely.
uh, help
Definitely,
us push
man.
that thing for sure. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. Now, TJ, the son of Johnny Taylor, right?
Yes, sir.
But TJ Hooker. Now, you remember you know the soul singer Lavelle?
Yeah, that's my buddy, man. Lavelle, that's my guy.
They're cousins.
Oh wow, I didn't know
Sorry if I wasn't supposed to say that, TJ and Vail, but yeah. And shout out to
that.
Vail, man. I used to sing with a quartet group called the Sons of Jericho, and he
Okay.
still do like yourself, the Sensational Wonders. He still sings with them when he doesn't have dates, and so we used to be on a lot of programs together, man. So Vail is going to be backstage next week.
Man, make sure when you see him, man, tell him, man, his little brother Terry Rogers said, "What's up, man?
I
Salute,
definitely
kid."
will. Yeah,
For sure.
Bam and I, we were at the Midland Theater. We did the red carpet this past weekend for the Kansas City People Choice Awards, and he walked past the carpet. I think they was pulling him somewhere. I wish he could have got a chance to get on the red carpet with us, but we'll chop it up and catch up, and I'll definitely remember to do that next week when he comes backstage, because Vale is also another song singing, soul stirring crooner that is bringing love music back, and I'm so happy to have
Most
him
definitely.
backstage and to say that I know him and he's from the town. So yeah, definitely, man. It's so small, isn't it?
Yes, sir, man. And I forgot that Vail was up there in Kansas City. You sure
Yes,
right.
sir. Yeah,
Most definitely.
definitely, man. And so I'm so happy that we now have an event such as the Kansas City People Choice Awards, that everybody that's anybody, make sure they take time to show up. And it's an award show of excellence, man. And next year will be the 6th year, and I see it keep going. I see it keeps moving, man.
I'm gonna have to get down there and come and check it out one
I
year, man. See what it
I
look like.
definitely let you know when it's coming up.
I got you, family,
Yeah.
for sure.
So now I've seen Bebo. I've seen him do his. Now I'm seeing Terry do his. I saw a video the other day. Now, don't y'all tell these church folk this. I saw a video of Tim singing one that I was like, oh, that's sweet. Now, did that have you seen that yet? And if so, did it shock you when you saw it, or you just knew, hey, I knew that was in it?
Well, man, my family I got a big family, and all
Yes.
of them, they musically inclined. All of them can sing or play something, man. Just being honest.
Yeah.
You know, they all can hold a note. So, you know, with Tim, you know, either way, whether it was singing for God or whether it was just singing, you know, just love songs, Tim can sing, man.
Yeah, he
You know what I
can.
mean?
Yeah,
He
he
can
can.
just sing. And the song that he has out, he actually made that album. Um, he was dedicating it to his wife. See, he's married and he's like you, and
Yeah.
he wanted to put out music that you know you can listen to.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're
Fellowship.
married, you know, versus he said you fellowship. That's my new word, man.
Yeah.
Fellowship.
Fellowship.
Why you and your wife fellowship? So
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So he put out a collection of songs, man. Actually, he had a whole album, but he
Wow.
only leaked two of them. You know what I
See,
mean?
well,
Yeah,
man, my condolences too to
because
brother.
yeah, man, yeah, that was a tragic loss,
Yes,
man.
it was.
Rest in peace to her.
Yeah.
Man, most definitely. That was tragic. But he only released two of them because you know, like church people are so judgmental. You know, they'll be like, you know, he singing R&B and he singing this. But if you know, when he put the video out, he had a video out of him singing a song called "My Girl."
Uh-huh.
He has his wife in the video,
Yeah, that's right.
and he's singing to her, and the songs and the lyrics, you know. Actually, he said he really wrote that album because the time that you know the church had gave up on him.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? He said it was really just him and his wife, and he said his wife, you know, was really there for him, you know, so much, and so he dedicated and wrote that album to
For her.
show his appreciation to her. But you know, like you know, him being a pastor, you know, he didn't want to
Yep.
confuse the people, you know.
Yep.
There's only one person that didn't got away with that, and that's old Reverend Al Green.
Al
You
Green,
dig?
Alphonse Green. And guess
Yes,
what? It took a ball grits testimony to get him to be able to do that.
yeah, he went through it, Doc. He went through it. Yes, sir.
But I understand doing that as an associate at our church, minister and a preacher of the gospel. You know, a lot of people were cool. I've been on Comic Views, Comic Cam back in the 90s. I taped for Def Jam. It was one of the episodes that was left on the cutting floor. So like I was saying earlier, I know about sitting in front of people and you be like, okay, I want to leave, but it's going to be awkward. But I got a couple of chuckles. You know, you got that. But it didn't fit for what Def Jam was doing. And I was still new, you know, in the 90s coming up. But I know when I decided to do it clean, and a couple of people saw me doing improvs and funny bones and comedy clubs. They're like, oh, you still gonna be doing the clubs? And you still, hey man, funny is funny. And until the church starts writing checks where I don't have to go in those spaces, I don't charge to preach, but I sure enough charge to make you to tickle your funny bone. So
talk about it, man.
That's the thing, man. That's the
nah, for sure, man. Hey, you got to. This is how we make a living. And some people
yes,
think
sir.
just because we just naturally gifted, like I tell people all the time, like my musicians, like I tell them when y'all get through, y'all pack y'all instrument up. I say I take my instrument with me. You know what I'm saying? Your instrument comes with you. So some people think like they can like lowball you just
There you
because
go.
they feel like you do this so naturally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
oh man, come over here and just tell a couple of jokes real quick.
Real
Man,
quick.
we'll give you a couple of, you know, man, no, man, respect me and my time and what I'm doing, man, and my craft.
That's
I
it.
actually have to take time out to get this material together for you.
That's
So
right. I have to
you
be in
need
a certain frame of mind. You know what I
talk
mean?
about it, man. Yes,
And
sir.
you know, Terry, the one that gets me is, hey, bro, I didn't know you was coming. Hey, you don't mind coming up here and helping out with the hosting a little bit, do you? Yeah, yes, I do mind. Yeah, yes, I do mind. First of all, I might have to pay the ticket. I ain't gonna pay to come in here and work.
Come on, nah, talk about it, man. That's real talk, man. DL,
Yeah.
you gotta talk to him and tell him what's real.
That is it, man. So tell us, you told us what your July is, and so I see a movement that's moving in. Southern Soul is taking a place. I'm looking at Quartet has a space right now that to me is open about that. Why it's a huge opening for it just to come in and take place. And I just really feel like with Southern Soul, like the reason I asked that question, and you took me in a direction that I wasn't expecting, and I appreciate that. The message is different, but I was also looking at that the following can be a little different as well from Southern Soul to Quartet in a way that, man, it's almost like with Southern Soul, it's an allegiance, and it's like you, Calvin, King George, Lavelle, y'all can the tones, y'all can all do this because you realize don't many people want us in that space. A lot of people, so y'all can unify. And I notice a lot of times, sometimes in Quartet, we can divide before we unify. And I see some tickets in Quartet that could be huge. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, I feel like us coming together, like you said, would most definitely be very impactful for not only just, the lucrative side about it, but the actual message, you know what I'm saying? The message would be we would show that is strength in unifying, you know what I mean? Not only that, but like I said, the message as well, you promote, Jesus Christ as well. You know
Right.
what I mean? But it seems like in this genre they don't understand that, man.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be the big dog. Everybody
No.
want to dump on this person or they want to dump on that person, man. Bruh, we all had the attitude. I'm gonna go out there and just do what me and my guys practice. I ain't trying to be bigger than this guy. I ain't trying to be bigger than that. I'm just going out there. I'm doing Terry Rogers and I'm gonna get off the stage. But you got some people that actually go out there with the mind frame. Like I said, we gonna kill the house. We gonna blow the speakers. You know what I mean? Hey, man,
Yep.
and I thank God for my journey through Quartet. Me following up under Tim and learning so much. I've learned so much just by watching and just by some of the stuff we went through doing that. That
Yeah.
in my own journey, man, I can weave that on. I can weave that out. I don't even have to go through that, man. I
Yes.
can I can look at certain stuff, even as far as groupies. Some of the girls that come, man, I look at it and be like, man, I already know what y'all about, man.
Right.
I've been at the top level, you know what I'm saying, to where I know, how y'all coming and why y'all coming. You
Why
feel
you?
me?
That's
So,
it. That's it.
man, it lets me know, man, when you got something good, man,
Keep it.
you cherish that, man, because
That's right.
that ain't nothing but a bucket full of disease, man. That's
Hey,
trouble.
man,
That's trouble. You know what I mean?
heartache, drama. You know,
Man, you got to worry about these folk calling your house, coming to your house. Man, you don't want to go through
when you
none
got
of that,
that
man.
woman, you treasure that woman
That's
because
it. That's it.
you look at it like this: it's gonna be Terry in St. Louis, it's gonna be DL in Kansas City, wherever city they travel to, and then they turn around. If we both on the same show, they're gonna say any, meeny, miny, mo.
No, this what they gonna do. You gonna have 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna have 12.
They said hey Terry, they said just like on the flyer, you gonna open up the show and he gonna close it out.
Bro, come on, man. Yeah.
Hey, so what we gonna do, Terry? We're gonna pay a couple of more bills, and then we're gonna come back with final thoughts, man. Let us know just when we get back. I'm gonna ask you if you could just have a collective of one thing that could unify us as entertainers and us as the body of Christ to have one common goal, which is to see each one of us succeed. How would you go about having that done? And I'll be back with Terry Rogers answering that question after this. Yours truly, the voice, Mr. Sadwa Fair, DDL Marshall. We're backstage with your past, and we'll be back after this. Hey, yo, what it do, man? It's yours truly, the voice, your man, Mr. Sadwa Fair, the DL Marshall, host of DL's Backstage Pass Conversations radio and YouTube show. And guess what? You can catch us on iHeartRadio, Spotify Radio, but right now you're watching us here, so don't you dare change a dial. If you're watching us, subscribe on YouTube channel I70MMBE. If you're listening to us, subscribe, iHeart, Spotify.
Lame.
Thank you.
You're watching DL's Backstage Pass with Savoir Fair. He's such the vibe.
Hey, she said it, not me, but I will agree that sometimes I can be the vibe at a party. You understand what I'm saying? So, hey, man, welcome back. We're going to get ready to close out the interview with Terry Rogers, but we want to make sure that you know where you can find us. You can catch us right here where you're watching us each and every Tuesday. A new episode will drop on channel I70 MMBE. That's I70 Marsh Media Backstage Entertainment on YouTube. You can catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on iHeartRadio. Look up Backstage Pass. Click subscribe, man. We're trying to get those subscribers up. And November the 11th, Kansas City, Missouri, calling all you comedians. That's right, all you comedians. Come on out if you want to be a part of this new television show that's going to premiere in 2024 spring on the EGO network. It's called Backstage All the Funny. Backstage All the Funny is going to present to you some of your favorite comedians and some comedians that you have not yet learned, but you will soon say, hey, I think I'm going to look them up as well. So we're going to be presenting to you some of your favorite comedians, some new comedians. It's going to be hosted by yours truly, the voice, Mr. Sadwa Fair, and it's going to be hosted by Bam Brown. And we're going to have some hot musical artists in between, some interviews as well. And then we're going to turn around and present to you all the funny. It's pretty much like the radio show, giving you the music, giving you the interviews, giving you the talk, the topics, and all the funny. It's Backstage All the Funny, taping Kansas City, Missouri, November the 11th. Stay tuned for more details. All right, he's here. He's back. It's Terry Rogers. Hey, man, I've enjoyed this conversation. I appreciate you being so generous with your time, coming backstage, talking with us on today. Now, I asked you a question before we got into the commercials. If you could combine the Christian in you and the entertainer in you, and you could ball it together, and you could make one big transformer, a mega Christian superhero that could draw and unify both those worlds, what would you do? How would you do it?
I would most definitely do it through song, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's my superpower that God gave me. I feel like music is my way of an escape, and music is a universal language, you know.
Definitely.
And so, you know, we all can come together through that, you know what I mean? So most definitely would do it through music, but I feel like it would be very impactful for the two to actually get together, because we all do need each other, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, God ain't through with none of us, you know, we all have a struggle. So, you know, with that being said, I mean, you know, don't look down on, you know, nobody, man. You know, you shouldn't be afraid to go hang out with sinners, because he that's in you all will be greater than them that's in the world. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, you know, like I said, I would do it through music, and, you know, would hope that, you know, they would actually be able to rejoice and, you know, come to some kind of alliance. You know what I mean? You know,
Yes, sir.
I've been listening to a lot of Bob Marley, and I've followed his life, and I've watched a couple of his documentaries, and, you know, Bob Marley, man, he was trying to unite the people, and the government, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And so, with the question that you just asked, I would be probably trying to unite, the people of God with just them opening their mindset of to what's going on in the world, man. Because don't
Mhm.
just tune everything out. Everything, I ain't gonna say everything should always be church, but at the same time, I want to say it. Some people don't even go to family reunions because they make it all about church.
And you know what? When we realize that this temple that we walk around in is the church, so
That's
being
it.
churchy isn't being church. Being compassionate, that's the church. Being loving, that's the church. Being compassionate, that's the church. So I definitely see what you're saying. Sometimes you have to become all things to all men that you might win some. And I'm pretty sure that when Christ went amongst the sinner, it was uncomfortable to them, not him, because as you said so eloquently, greater was that he that was the world being out. You know what I mean? So uh
Right.
when we take Christ and bring him on the inside, that makes us greater than anything that the world could offer or try to do to us. So, man, that was very pointed, and I appreciate your take on that. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, you heard what his superpower is. It's his songs, it's his writing, it's his singing. Go check out his superpowers on YouTube and all streaming outlets, man. Go get his superpower packaged in the Confessions of a Church Boy, and his weapon of choice, that woman. Go check that video out again, that single. Again, Terry, how can they find you on social media outlets?
Man, on my social media, my Facebook is Terry Rogers. Rogers, not Rodgers.
Okay.
And then also on Instagram, I am Terry Rogers. And yeah, them the only two actual social media sites I got. Also, you want to go find my music, you can find it, like you said, on all digital streaming outlets. And even like I said, once again, man, even if you ain't got no money, man, you can go watch it, you can go listen for free, man. I got a host of videos, not only just that woman, I got a couple of more others out there that you can go check out, man. Most definitely, I think that you would love the vibe, man. We bringing love back to the radio, you
Bringing
dig?
love back. Yes, yes, and yes again, man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our backstage conversationalist, Terry Rogers, man. Go check out that music. Go feel his superpowers, man. We appreciate you. Go follow him just like I did. I went and followed him before we got started. So y'all go and y'all follow this man. Instagram and Facebook. Don't put the D in there. Look what it says on the screen. It's Rogers. Don't put no D. He ain't like Kenny. He Terry. All right. Appreciate you, brother. Much
And I
love. Salute
appreciate
to
you
you,
too,
man.
family.
And guess what? Anytime that you got anything that you want to present, you're more than welcome backstage, brother.
I got you, family. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Yes, sir, man. Once again, that is the man, Terry Rogers. I am the man, Mr. Savoir Faire, the DL Marshall. And guess what? It is time to get out of here, but not late. Hey, Eddie, how you doing? Hey, remember, the gospel of Jesus Christ is contagious. Catch it. All that you do, do it godly. And if it be God's will, we'll catch y'all backstage next time. Until then, be blessed.